Okay guys, hello, welcome back to another tutorial episode with the Griffin Initiative. Today I'm going to show you how to uh, create your first project or a project on Unity. So you're going to go up here, you're going to go over to projects from installs, and you're going to hit new. You're going to call your project whatever you want, so I'm going to call this tutorial project, project, and then I'm going to go ahead and decide to put this into my storage. And then we're going to do new folder. What should we call this? You know what, let's just call this tutorials. And then we're going to select the folder. So we want it to stay in 3D. We could do with extras. We could do it with a high definition render pipeline, low weight, lightweight, whatever you want. I'm just going to go with regular 3D. I don't know what the other ones are specifically for. This is in Unity 2018.3.f.3f1. So then you just hit create project. Unity will load up as creating your project, and you'll be in here very soon. And then I will show you how to navigate Unity very easily. When you use the 3D environments, you're going to be using a lot of the arrow keys and a lot of shortcuts as well, like E, R, W, and I think that's about it for the shortcuts that I use a lot. Oh yeah, and Control and D. That's your duplicate command. So when you first load it up, your template or your usage is going to be like this when you first load it up. This is going to be a lot bigger. This will probably be smaller. And that's what it should look like. Okay? My first move every time I open up a new version of Unity is I always pull my game out. I always enlarge it by a little bit. I always make these about the same length. So right about there is probably what I use it the most at, and it's just easier for me. So the first thing I'm going to have you do is go into File, where is it? Edit, Project Settings. Okay, it's going to show up with another window. I'm actually going to close this for you guys because this will not be here when you first open it. Edit, Project Settings, and what I do is I always bring it over there because you're going to be using this quite a bit, especially if you're doing a lot of movement programming like I do. I'm very much of a game of this is how you program. So here is where you do all of your audio for the entire game. This is where all the editor stuff is. Graphics, this is where you render everything. This is the like your tier settings, so iPhone, Android, and PC, Max, Linux. Basically everything that isn't mobile. Then this is your input stuff, so all your axes, your keyboard, mouse, controller, all that stuff. Touchpads, your phones, it's all right there. Physics, this is everything there. Gravity, this has the real gravity setting for the world, for Earth, so your game will act as if it's Earth. It has a bounce, thresholds, you'll be messing with all that stuff eventually. 2D is the exact same. The player is different. This is where it basically is gonna say like, here's your stuff. The rest of this you don't really need to worry about except for this. This is very important when you decide to finally export it. This is gonna say, this is all of your, like, when you put it out, when you export your project, you'll have to look at this and be like, what devices can use ultra, what devices can use medium, low, and very low, all that stuff. So this is my current setup, and it's basically the default for everything. Is PC is ultra, the rest of them are medium. So That's all you really need to know there. Let's see. The rest of it is you don't really need to know because we're not going to get into that stuff for quite a while. So this is all the beginner stuff. Just rate down the quality. Alright, don't worry about the rest of it. Script execution I haven't messed with yet. So let's get back out of here. So your inspector, this is where, like if I were to click on main camera, this is where all of the settings are going to be for that main camera. This is where all the components are going to be for Unity. The directional light, that's exactly what it is. It's a light. This is what makes things show up. You can come up here and create a 3D object and a cube via this drop down. You can also right click, create object, cube, and you can move it around like so. You can also create an empty object and call this a folder. And you can drag these two objects. Hold control, by the way, and click. And you can drag them in. And this is called creating this as a parent. This will be a parent now to these two objects. And what that means is that their positions are now based off of where this folder is. So if this folder is not at 0, 0 in the world, for example, if it's based over here, your cubes act as if that point, your folder point, is 0, 0 in the world for them. Now, even though it's not the actual 0, 0, the actual world. So I'm going to go ahead and actually delete all this. And we're going to go from here on out. So that's how to move around in Unity very easily. You can use the arrow keys in the editor, and I believe Q is to grab, so you can move around like that. W is to move other objects. E will rotate them. You can see that in the game view below that I am changing the color of it. So I'm going to go ahead and Control and Z that. Scaling, if you grab the middle, you can scale on all axes at the same time, or you can grab each axis as you wish. This is basically an all-in-one tool. You could just grab this. What is this actually? That's a rect tool. And then this is basically all-in-one tool. So you grab that, grab the arrow, you can move it, grab the box, and it will scale it, and then this will rotate. So that's very quick and dirty rundown. Assets, this is where you'll be importing new asset packages and stuff. So you can hit import custom package if you've already got something on your computer. You can export a package. For example, you can export a prefab that you've made, which is when you make something in here, like let's just say we're gonna make a cube real quick, and we pull it down and we throw it in there. That is essentially a prefab now, and you can pull it up as many times as you want and it will just duplicate it. So yeah, and if you hold shift and you click, it'll select everything in between those two objects that you just made, that you decided to click on. Thank you guys very much for watching, and as always, we'll be getting a lot deeper into this in the next tutorial video, which is all about scripting, components, how they work, what each one does, the most common ones that I have used, and we'll go from there. So thank you guys very much for watching, and as always, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Like, comment, subscribe. Go see my Twitch. I will be live streaming a lot more progress on my game, including some coding that I do every night. I try and at least do about an hour of coding every single night, especially in Unity, because that's a skill that you need, especially if you're becoming a game programmer. So thank you very much, and enjoy your day. Have a wonderful night or day or whatever. See you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Goodbye.